Hey, welcome back to the 90s Bball cards. Jake Roy here. So I have a special look into some cards of mine that you guys have been asking to look at. So let's get right into it. Alright, so today we're going to be looking at some items in my PC. So what we're looking at today are some of the cards that are the best cards that I, myself, my brother, and my friend Joe have pulled from packs. And the reason why I'm including all three of us together is the three of us really grew up collecting cards. I mean, there were very few times that any of us opened a box or packs without each other as we were growing up. And then all these cards are really kind of ones that we've all had in that are in either mine or my brother's PC at the current moment. So that's what we're going to go through. These are all cards that we have personally pulled from either a box or a random pack. So I really want to go over some of the fire that we've pulled from packs specifically, because we always talk about pulling fire and we're always trying to get stuff in the packs that we open here on this channel. So I want to show you guys some of the fire, not only that we've had on this channel, but some of the stuff that I've opened in the past or that I've happened to not film myself opening. So that's what we're going to look at this time. So let's get right into it. All right, so we'll go into the 15 best pulls in my collection, but before we get into there, I've got two honorable mentions. So the first one here, we have 97-98 Collector's Choice Star Quest 4-star of Penny Hardaway. So this one we pulled in our first season. It was on camera that I actually pulled it, and this was the card that I really wanted to pull out of that product that we were opening. So I had said in there that I didn't think that we would get any 4 stars, and I would love to get the Penny because it would have been a new card for my PC. And the odds on pulling one of any of the 4 stars, you know, we could have gotten the Penny or a Shaq or Sean Kemp or Michael Jordan, were 1 in 145 packs. So, you know, really long odds. And then for us to get specifically the Penny that I had really wanted, there were 10 players in each series for 4 stars. So it would have been 1 in 1,450 packs or 1,450 packs to get just the Penny Hardaway. So very long odds, something that I was, you know, just blown away with it. Again, if you watch that video or if you haven't, you know, take a look at that and you'll see how I'm just, you know, at a loss for words because I just did not expect it. It was out of my realm of even feasibility. So love this card, love that memory, love the fact that we got that on camera as well. So very enjoyable card for me. And another one here, we have one of my brother's favorite products was 2007-2008 UD Artifacts. So he pulled this beautiful patch of Walt Frazier, and it's numbered 4 out of 5. So there's only 5 of these in existence. So one of those cards that it's, you know, pretty hard to put a value on something so rare like this, that has a lot of fond memories and just, you know, extraordinarily rare card to get a patch, but especially a, you know, legendary Hall of Famer from the Knicks like Walt here. So just 5 of these in existence. Incredible. So those are 2 honorable mentions that I wanted to put in there. Now let's get into the top 15. So first, at number 15, we have the 97-98 Flair Showcase Row 2 Legacy of Antonio McDyess. And there's actually a kind of a brother to this. So we also have the 97-98 Row 3 Flair Showcase Legacy of Damon Stoudamire. So both of these are numbered to 100. And the reason why I have both of these together is they're both worth roughly the same amount at about $20 a piece. But we pulled these both out of the same box. So my father had bought a box of these back in either 1998 or 99 for my brothers and I to open. So we all opened them together and pulled both of these out of the same box, which we were just blown away by. You know, to get one legacy would have been, you know, more than we could have imagined, but to get 2 of them was just unbelievable. So a lot of fun. You know, there were better players we could have gotten, PC guys like Penny or Jordan, but to get anybody in a legacy was phenomenal. And, you know, Antonio McDyess and Damon Stoudamire were really fun players to watch through the 90s and the early 2000s. So always loved having these. And the fun thing too on the back, so this Antonio McDyess is numbered 99 out of 100. And I always love when I get a serial numbered card that's either numbered towards the end or the beginning of the print run. So, you know, stuff like 98, 99, or 100 are fun ones for me. So getting this one 99 out of 100. The Damon Stoudamire is number 13 out of 100, which is cool too. So fun cards there. Again, these are both about $20 cards, but it's not really about the value. It's the scarcity of these being numbered to 100 and both coming from the same box that blew us away. All right, next one, number 13, we have 0607 SP Authentic Gold Parallel of Vince Carter. You can see down here it's numbered to 225. So this was a pack that I had bought, just a random pack of SP Authentic, trying to actually get either a memorabilia or a rookie auto card, and happened to pull this. And actually, interestingly enough, the variant on here is very minor. You know, you've got a little bit of gold there, a little bit of gold foil in here, and then on the logo, whereas the normal ones have silver. But I actually almost missed this when I was going through the pack. I kind of went through and didn't think I had anything. I was a little bit bummed out, and I went back through again, and that's when I noticed that this was the gold, and then noticing that it was number 25. So this was really towards the time period when we started getting a lot more minor variations in cards to put numbered items in packs, but still getting a card that's numbered to 25 was very rare. I was excited once I realized what I had there. And Vince Carter's a player that I've always enjoyed. I really loved watching him play with the Raptors. He was phenomenal on the Nets with Jason Kidd. So this was one that I was excited. He's kind of always been like a fringe PC guy for my collection. You know, so this was a nice player to get. If I can't get a penny, I like getting Vince Carter for sure. And you know, these aren't the most valuable cards in the world. This one's worth about $25 currently. So there are definitely some better players you could get that are worth a whole lot more, but this was a great one to pull. All right, and the next one we have here is the Flair Playmakers Penny Hardaway. This is from 95-96 Flair. And this was one that we also pulled in a video. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it on camera. A little bit of a bummer there, but so this is a lenticular card, and this was a new card in my PC. So when I was opening these packs as well, it was something that I was hoping we would get, but I didn't think we really would. I mean, the odds of getting A Playmakers are 1 in 54 packs. So, you know, pretty long odds. I think I only had, you know, a handful of packs, maybe 5 or so. So I was hoping to get something nice, but never in a million years did I expect to get this Penny Hardaway to add to my collection. You know, so to get this penny specifically in that set, there's 10 players in the set, so it would have been 1 in 540 cards to get my PC guy. So really long odds there, and a card that I'm going to cherish in my collection for a long time. I'm not the biggest fan, as you guys know, of the lenticular cards, but pulling one myself and you know, getting it in my PC that way is something special. So this is about a $30 card. They tend to grade pretty well, so it might be one that I grade in the future, and if it gets a gem mint or something along those lines, it's definitely worth more than that $30 mark. But another fun one that I'm going to cherish for a long time. The next one here is one for my brother. So this is the 98-99 UD Choice Michael Jordan 3-star. And so this one you might be looking at and saying, oh, it's not the most rare card in the world, and it's not, necessarily speaking. So it's 1 in 23 packs to get a 3-star. But pulling this, it was basically about 1 per box or so. And, you know, there's a lot of players in the Star Quest set. There's 30 cards altogether, and it's very easy to get a player that's not so great. You know, getting somebody like Bobby Jackson or Donnell Marshall, you know, those players aren't really getting too many people excited if you're getting a 3-star. So the fact that my brother opened this, it happens to be the Jordan. I also love how the red plays in with the Bulls. You know, so at 1 in 23 packs, not a crazy pull, but to pull the Jordan, it would be 1 in 690 packs. You know, so those odds, when you think about it, just to get specifically this one for my brother's PC, are pretty long odds, and he was very excited. You know, so just a very fond memory for all of us, you know. And it's a Star Quest set that I tend to enjoy, would love to get a 4-star at some point. But this 3-star here that he pulled today is worth about $35. So not the most valuable Jordan, but a very cool one and a very fun one to pull for sure. The next one we have here is another one for my brother. And I don't actually have I don't have it in hand, so it happens to be the 98-99 Upper Deck Superpowers Silver Tracy McGrady. So that was one that my brother pulled in a pack and later on traded to our friend Joe, which was the genesis of him collecting the entire, or trying to collect, he hasn't completed it yet, but the entire silver set from Superpowers. So the interesting thing with that is, you know, my brother and I were with my father at a random hobby shop and both got 1 pack of 98-99 Upper Deck because the guy had it right there on the counter, and we opened them both in the hobby shop. And my brother pulled that Tracy McGrady. At the time, we were both pretty young, didn't really know what we had just done, or he was, kind of still processing what had happened. And the owner of the shop said to him, kind of with a wink and a nod, "Hey, I'll give you a pack if you give me that card." And that, wouldn't have been a fair trade by any stretch of the imagination. So we luckily were at least keen enough to say no to that deal, and he kept it. And then he ended up trading it for another card, which is the next card on our list, and it's the 97 SPX Jordan Gold. So this is one that our friend Joe had pulled and was kind of holding over my brother's head to get it, because he knew he wanted to get it in his collection for a long time. So when my brother pulled that Tracy McGrady silver, my friend Joe said, "Okay, I think you've got enough to get this Jordan off of me finally." So, and Joe just got, again, the same type of story there. He just got one pack of SPX at a hobby shop, and these cards were, to get a gold parallel, were 1 in 9 packs. And if you remember, back when 97 SPX came out, you would only get 1 card per pack. So to get Jordan base would have been really a nice pull in itself, and to get a gold card at 1 in 9 packs would be great. But you could get a Christian Laettner or a Joe Dumars, a player who's not gonna get anybody terribly excited. But to get the Jordan specifically in that set, it would have been the equivalent of the odds of 1 in 450 packs to get the Jordan specifically. So again, very long odds to get this one. Not terribly long odds to get any gold, but this has a great story. My buddy pulling that and then also trading it for a card that my brother had pulled. Today, my brother made out in this deal for sure. So the SPX Gold is worth about $85, whereas the Tracy McGrady silver is probably worth about $20 or $30. Card number to 100 is pretty hard to put concrete value on most of the time. They don't trade too often, but I would say that my brother won out in the long run, but both great memories. So the next one we have here is an interesting one. So we've got 99 2000 UD holographic shoe time. So this is Chris Webber, and the odds on getting a shoe time card are 1 in 431 packs, which is phenomenal. To pull one. My father was a big fan. I know we've opened some of these in the past and talked about these. He was a big fan of the holographic set, as I am today. I love the set. And we had gotten about 3 or 4 boxes from my dad to open. He wanted to get the whole set. He wanted to get a lot of the inserts. And we actually, in 2 different boxes, pulled 2 different Chris Webber shoe times. So really, we were blown away by the fact that we got one in the first box, and then when we got the second one, we were blown away to get a second one, but we were also really surprised that we got 2 of the same player. Would have loved to have gotten some of the other players. There's a Kobe, there's Jordan Auto, that would have been great, but to get any of them were great pulls, and this is a great memory for us to have, and kind of bring this back up with my father every so often. So these shoe time cards are actually pretty collectible. They're very rare, like we talked about with the odds. So this Weber is about a $50 to $60 card when it comes up. They don't come up too often, but shoe time cards are definitely cards that people like to get in their collection of their players. So fun one there with Chris Webber. So the next one we have is another Artifacts that my brother pulled. So this one is again 2007, 2008. UD Artifacts, and this is a patch card of Kobe Bryant, a nice 3-color patch right there, just a gorgeous patch. And this one is numbered to 29. So a very rare card again. Kobe Bryant, you can't ask for much better than pulling a Kobe. And with the Lakers, getting 3 colors is the most that you can get. So, really it doesn't get much better than this for Kobe patches. And just an incredible pull. I remember how excited my brother was when he pulled this out of that box. So these don't come up for sale too often. And, it's one that I can't imagine ever really leaving my brother's PC. Kobe was a player that he enjoyed. My wife loves Kobe. So we like having this in the family. So I would have to put an estimate on this of about $60. But again, I can't even imagine somebody or my brother getting rid of this for even $100. It's just one of those really fond memories in a car that he treasures and holds dear to his heart. So really fun card there. All right, and the next one, this was really a mind-blowing pull. So we have here 2007, 2008. This was a SP game used by the letters of Corey Maggette, and this is numbered to 8. And Corey Maggette is a player that I loved watching at Duke for the year that he was there, and then with the Magic in his rookie year, and then I loved him when he was in LA with the Clippers. So this was one that we got, and you know, I know these by the letter patch cards don't, you know, necessarily bring the fire anymore. There's a lot of manufactured patches like these out there now, with players' name plates and stuff like that. This was one that was actually all from one game used jersey that they took, and they cut out one of each letter. So there's really only one of each letter in his name. Obviously there's 2 T's to spell out Maggette, and there's 2 G's, so there's 2 of each of those, but each letter only had 1 patch. So really each card in this set is truly a one of one in the true sense. So there being 8 of these, there is not another one that is identical to this. You know, so this is just one of those cards that I really love. I love it's Maggette, but I love the story behind it. I love the fact that we pulled it. I mean, it was just, we couldn't even imagine having pulled such a nice card out of this set. You know, we knew that we were going to get a jersey card. They were basically 1 per pack to get a jersey card in hobby offering. But, you know, this is just, I can't say enough. I'm gushing over it. I still love it every time I pull it out. You know, so again, putting a value on something this scarce is very difficult. They have come across eBay every so often. You know, but I've seen them sell for anywhere from $100 down to $50, you know, $70. So I would have to say that this is probably about a $70 card, but again, not a card that I could ever see leaving my collection, in all honesty. All right, and now we're getting into some really fun pulls. So here we have the 2006, 2007 Upper Deck game jersey, and this is the Jordan. So the Jordan here, the odds on the jersey cards were about 1 per box, but the Jordan was short printed, so we don't know the exact odds of what it would have been to pull these. But the fun thing here is there was a small hobby shop that my brother and I went to occasionally, and the Upper Deck set was brand new at that point. So my brother was asking the card shop owner, you know, what does the set look like? And the guy said, honestly, this is a brand new box. I haven't even opened any of these. I couldn't show you any. You know, so if you want to know what it looks like, you're gonna have to buy a pack and open them up. So, you know, my brother said, okay, you know, he was curious enough to try to see what he, you know, thought of the product. And we brought these back to the car, and, you know, we both got a few different packs, and he opened this, and, you know, it took him a while to kind of regain his composure before he drove home. You know, so this was his first ever Jordan jersey card. So it makes it all the much sweeter to have pulled it, and the fact that it's a piece of the black jersey with the red pinstripe, which is, you know, one of my favorite jerseys of the 90s, and I know my brother absolutely loved that. So a 2-color patch from such a sweet jersey is something that my brother definitely treasures, you know. And again, us being together when he opened it, it was a really exhilarating experience for me to see him get such a card that I knew he would love, even though he didn't know that it was even possible to get that. You know, so he didn't buy any more of that product because he basically got everything that he could have dreamed of. You know, so today this is about $120 card. So that was a great pack for him to have gotten, and again, a great piece for his collection. All right, the next one here has a fun story as well. So this is another one from SP Game Use, 2006-2007, and this is a dual jersey of LeBron and Jordan, and this is numbered to 499. So, you know, 2 of, if not the 2 greatest to play the game. You know, can't really think of a much better combo on a jersey card than these 2. So I was back from college one year and, you know, wanted to scratch the itch of opening some cards. So went to my local Walmart and bought a blaster of SP Game Use, which in hindsight is probably pretty surprising that Upper Deck made blasters of such a premium product. But it was basically 1 hit per blaster. And, you know, I was ripping through there, having some fun, not really thinking too much of what I could pull. And then I stumbled upon this card and, you know, was just speechless, just had a complete loss for words. I couldn't really believe that it was even real, and I was really holding this card. So, you know, it was one that I kind of held over my brother's head for quite a number of years. you know, because I knew how much he loved Jordan, obviously, but then to have LeBron on there made it, you know, just elevated it a little bit for all of us. So this is really a fun memory of pulling this card. You know, one that seems, you know, almost too good to be true when you pull something like this, but it happened. And so these cards right now are worth about $170. There is a version that is lower numbered than these with a little bit of gold foil. You know, other than that, there's not much difference. Those do sell for quite a bit more, but again, there's not too much visually that's different about this card in the lower numbered version. So if you're looking to get one, you know, I think either one is a great one to get in your collection. All right, and the next one I do not have currently. I ended up moving it, but you might remember Season 2 has been a little bit of a slump for pulling any fire for us. So I ended up going to a local Target and getting some hanger packs of Optic. Optic is a set that I really have liked over the years since it came out from Panini. And every so often I like to get some of the retail offering and just have some fun, see if I could pull something fun. So I got some hanger packs, not thinking too much of it, opened them up in the car, and as I was opening the pack, I noticed there was a little bit of pink. So I knew I probably had a parallel, and then as I started going through the other cards, I noticed that it was a rookie. So I was getting a little bit more excited, but I was thinking I probably didn't have any of the stars. And then lo and behold, in there was the Luka pink, and the retail offering is numbered to 25. So I was blown away that I would just go and get a random hanger pack, and it happened to have really the best hit that I could have ever imagined to get from a retail offering. So, you know, Luka's not a player that I collect. Luka obviously was the best player that you could get in any product last year. So I ended up moving that onto a collector who also loves Luka. I wanted to get that into collectors' hands that, you know, would really appreciate it and enjoy it. I had a lot of fun opening it. I wish I had caught that on camera for you, but next time, right? Maybe I can duplicate that effort this year with a different player. So, you know, that card was unbelievable to have pulled. Very exciting, you know, and I was just kind of like, what did I just do here? You know, so that card today, whoever has that card, that's about a $370 card. I think at the time it was probably about a $350 card. You know, so they're about the same, might have gone up slightly since then, but again, just an unbelievable pull that, you know, I'll remember for a long time, but I'm glad that I got it to somebody who can really treasure it in their collection. All right, and another one that you guys will remember, so 98.99 Topps. This is the Round Ball Royalty Refractor. So this was the card that, you know, really set the whole channel in motion. This we pulled in our first ever video with a box of 98.99 Topps. And, you know, right towards the end of the box, my brother pulled this one out of there, and, you know, the rest was history, as they say. So we have really chronicled the story of this really all on this channel. So this is definitely one of our most treasured cards to pull. And, you know, you saw us rip it, you saw us bring it for an RCR and then send it off to get graded. You know, so I will link up the video again of us pulling this and the RCR experience at the East Coast National, and then the opening of the graded box. So this is one of those cards, again, I cannot see this leaving our collection. It's just one of those cards that not only does it bring back great memories of opening cards together, but it also brings back great memories of this channel and all the fun we've had together here. So, you know, just an unbelievable card. Again, so this one being a BGS 9, I know we talked about it in our opening video, but this is about a $350 or a $400 card. You know, but again, this is one of those memories and one of these cards that you really can't put a monetary value on. Again, I don't think that this is going anywhere at any time in the future. So, and the number one card I don't have here, but we have plenty of video of it, is the 2000 Upper Deck Black Diamond Rookie of Tom Brady. So you guys saw us pull that on camera. You guys saw us bring that also to the East Coast National to get an RCR and then send off for grading. You know, so that ended up coming back as a Gem Mint 9.5 from BGS, which is, you know, what we were hoping to see that get, but not expecting by any far stretch of the imagination. You know, we were blown away just to have pulled that card, and then to have gotten the grade on top of it was, you know, just a nice little bit of icing on top. So that card in that current condition of 9.5 is about a $600 card. You know, and I can definitely see a card like that of Tom Brady going, you know, much higher as he continues his career in the NFL, you know, really establishing himself as one of the, if not the greatest to have ever played the quarterback position. You know, who knows what else is going to come. You know, the Patriots are doing great this year. You know, if there's going to be more Super Bowls, more MVPs. I mean, I can't imagine Tom Brady getting, you know, more popular or more successful than he already is. But the sky's the limit for him. The sky's the limit for his cards. And that card being a treasured card to have pulled with you, but also together with my brother and Joe on this channel. Just an unbelievable card and an unbelievable memory. So those are the top pulls for my collection. All right, so there's my top 15. So you saw there, we've got a nice mix of PC cards, valuable cards, very rare cards. You know, the rarest one was really the Walt Frazier, which is why I wanted to include it as an honorable mention. The most valuable one was the Tom Brady. You know, followed right behind with the Michael Jordan. You know, we had Penny Hardaway PC items. We had plenty of Jordan. You know, LeBron. We had Kobe stuff that, like I said, my wife loves. So, you know, I didn't want to have a specific order. These were just kind of like my favorites, and I factored all those things in there. Like I was talking about some of the cards and how rare they were to pull for specifically the penny, because in all honesty, if I pulled the playmakers of Jamal Mashburn, who's in the set, I wouldn't have been talking about it as one of my favorite pulls because this was a penny. I wanted to include it. The same thing like we were talking about with the 3-star. If we had pulled a Mo Taylor, I wouldn't be talking about the 3-star, and believe me, I've pulled a Mo Taylor before and was pretty disappointed. So, you know, that's kind of how I formulated this list. So if you know, you think that I should have, maybe you can drop down in the comments if you think that one of the ones should have been ranked higher or lower than I had it. I'm happy to hear your thoughts on it. There were definitely some cards that were ranked higher that were more valuable than ones that were you know, ranked above it, but that's fine. Everybody's got their own way of kind of ranking stuff like this. So the question of the day for you though is, what is the best card that you have pulled? And like I said, the best card is all subjective. It could be your favorite card, it could be the most rare card that you've pulled, it could be the most valuable card, it could be a card of your collection that you have a great memory of. Just whatever is your favorite card or cards, we don't have to just limit it to one. Drop that down. I'd love to hear the stories of your pulls, the cards that you love and cherish in your collection. So I'd love to have a great conversation with you and other collectors down in the comments. So as always, thanks for watching this. If you want to see more videos like this, diving into my PC, please let me know what you'd like to see. I will share whatever you would like to see from my collection. There's much more that I can tell you about, and if there's anything that you'd like to see me open, I'm always going to be opening packs and boxes as well. So thanks for stopping by and watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss any videos in the future. Regular videos will be on Wednesdays like today, and any bonus videos will be on Fridays. So thanks.